What is up, bros, and welcome to the All Bros podcast. I am Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
And we still have not done a new intro, so we're, let's just, skip over that. This week on...
That is also a viable option.
Yeah, it works. This week on the podcast, we got some stuff to talk about with 4K Spotlight. We got 2 new releases coming out this week. For Through the Wall, we just have a little bit to talk about with Halloween Ends. Something that Jason Blum said that it's kind of sad, and it kind of makes me fearful for the future of Halloween movies. And then we'll be moving on to our headliner of the evening, which will be our review of Top Gun Maverick. So, Caleb, what do you say we get started?
I say, let's do it.
Need motivation? Angry Dad Podcast. Trying to jumpstart your life? Angry Dad Podcast. You want help getting off the couch? Angry Dad Podcast. You need a verbal kick in the ass? Angry Dad Podcast. You want to hear from somebody who's been through it all? Angry Dad Podcast. I am here for you. You can find me on all podcast platforms.
All right, so first up with 4K Spotlight, we have the new Nicolas Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. And holy shit, does this movie have a lot of exclusives. Like, goddamn.
Jeez.
So,
honestly, it doesn't surprise me that this movie would have a lot.
It surprises me because I don't think it really did that well at the box office.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong.
I thought it did okay.
Let's check. If I could spell... That would just be nice. There's a reason I didn't graduate college. I mean, I just gave up halfway through, so.
I mean, you can go back.
Oh, I know. I can, and I should. Oh, yeah, dude, it did not have a good box office. Budget was $30 million. It only made $28.4 million.
Ooh, shit.
Didn't even make its budget back. That sucks.
Oh, that's rough.
But anyway, so yeah, The Unbearable, I keep screwing up the title, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is getting a Best Buy exclusive steelbook, which to me looks boring as hell. It's literally just Nick Cage, oh my god,
Pedro Pascal.
And then... what's her name? Tiffany Haddish. Isn't that her?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I feel so that literally, so his name is at the top because it's literally, so it's a blue background and it's just their 3 heads, which I think that's just boring. I don't know what is in the background of the blue, but anyway, I just think that's boring, just their 3 heads. And then huge title of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. You got Nicolas Cage's name on the top, and then on the bottom, you got Pedro Pascal, Tiffany Haddish. I feel bad that they got sidelined to the bottom. That's so sad.
I mean, for a movie that is based around Nicolas Cage, I'm not that surprised.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I guess the background is like all the other characters throughout the movie, so I guess that's not awful. But I don't know. I would have liked a better steelbook. I mean, I haven't even seen the movie, but this is my opinion. So besides that, we'll also be getting a Walmart exclusive that comes with an exclusive cover. And this is actually the 4K. Usually Walmart, when it comes to exclusives and Target, they only do like Blu-rays of exclusives. But yeah, this is I don't know if this was a poster, an onions or another poster that they used, but yeah, this one looks awesome. Like I love like kind of like the 70s or 80s vibe, like action movie vibe, 80s movie action vibe from it. So this one actually looks really cool. Like honestly, I'd probably pick this slipcover up over the Best Buy exclusive steelbook. Besides that, we have so we have 2 Walmart exclusives. This is really weird. So we have one 4K, which, like I said, it's that exclusive cover, and then the Blu-ray exclusive. includes a Massive Talent T-shirt. So if you guys
What does that look like?
They don't even show. Wait, actually, yeah, they do. Oh, it's just. It literally is just a picture of Nick Cage on the front, and then on the back it says "I'm back."
Jeez.
Why do I kind of love that?
Makes sense.
That's it. I mean, I'm not buying it, but like I kind of love that. And then the Target exclusive is it's just Blu-ray and DVD, which I hate. I wish this was 4K, but it's just an exclusive slipcover. As far as I know, it doesn't say that it comes with any exclusive like bonus content or anything. But it's like a freaking like trippy poster. Caleb, you got to look up some of these after this. Well, here, you know what? Let me just do this. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Oh, like a weird kaleidoscope looking.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but... And then, here, I might as well just show you the other exclusives. So that's the Target exclusive. And then, this is the...
Well, I like being on the same page as our listeners that don't get to see this shit.
Oh, yeah, because, I kind of gave up doing that. So that's the Steelbook.
Okay, the one with the 3 basic faces.
Yeah, so... Is it kind of boring, in your opinion?
That is extremely boring.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. And then here is the Walmart exclusive 4K cover, which I think this might be my favorite just because I love like the 80s action vibe poster. Like, damn it.
That one's kind of cool.
Right? I kind of want that one. That one's super cool.
Are those pictures or is that like an artist rendition?
I think that's an artist rendition.
Dude, movies need to do that more. They need to hire independent artists to draw their covers. Like, I'm always impressed with covers that look like that.
Oh yeah, same here. Honestly, if I wouldn't have seen this cover and waited to actually see the movie, I honestly completely forgot that Ike Barinholtz was in this, and then I don't think I even knew that Neil Patrick Harris was in this movie.
I vaguely remember that from the trailers.
See, I don't remember. I remember Ike Barinholtz a little bit because isn't he working with Tiffany Haddish in the movie?
I believe so. And then I think Neil Patrick Harris is playing his lawyer.
Okay.
Or manager or something along those lines.
Well, we need to check it out because this movie clearly did not get the love that it probably deserved in theaters.
Yeah. We'll add that to the list.
Yes.
I mean, we have our movie picked out for next week, but then we had like a 2-week gap, so we'll figure somewhere to throw that.
Yeah. And then the other new release coming out this week is The Bad Guys, DreamWorks' newest movie. You'll be getting a 4K and a Blu-ray release, as well as a Target exclusive, which nothing special here. And the Target exclusive is just Blu-ray. It includes a 40-page filmmaker gallery book. So, yeah, those are the 2 big releases this week. If you guys want to go snag them, definitely do so. And then I got to add this since I wasn't on the podcast last week, and I do apologize about that, guys, but I'm glad that Caleb and DJ had an amazing episode just talking all things Star Wars. Morbius, It's Morbin Time, came out last week. So if you guys haven't picked up the best movie of 2022 so far, definitely do that. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm not picking it up, but that lenticular slipcover that they have just for regular 4K, it's not even exclusive, where it just flips between him and his vampire counterpart, is pretty badass. I'm not buying it, but like it actually even looks better than the Steelbook, and I'm not buying the Steelbook because this movie is not worth spending $35 on. Let alone, I think like the most I'd spend on this movie is like $10. Maybe
that's
15.
Reasonable.
So thankfully that lenticular isn't an exclusive, so I actually have a chance of getting it when it comes on sale. So yeah, so that's it for 4K Spotlight. Moving into wow, I forget because we don't really talk about news a lot. Moving into Through the Wall, Jason Blum, the head of Blumhouse Productions, if you don't know, they literally produce almost all horror films nowadays in Hollywood on the cheap.
It feels like it.
They do it on the cheap. They do a great job for the most part, and the box office that they get is just amazing. And like, yeah. So he was asked, with this being Halloween Ends, this being or it being called Halloween Ends, what does that entail for the future of Michael Myers and all that fun stuff? And I guess the reporter must have said, is this the last one? Is this the last Halloween movie ever? And he said, I didn't say it's going to be the last Halloween movie. It's our last Halloween movie. We have no more rights to make any more Halloween, so it goes back to Malik Akkad, and what he does, only he knows, but we are done. This is our last one, and I think people will be very happy. So, basically, when Universal and Blumhouse got the rights to this, they only got a trilogy. That's all they got. I think before Halloween Kills came out, oh my god, what's his name? He was in This Is the End. Danny McBride? Yes. Yeah, so he is, I think, a producer on these films. He definitely helps out James Gordon. Wow. Oh my god, what is his name? David Gordon Green, that's his name. The director of this new Halloween trilogy. He's, he helped him plan this all out and everything. And I swear that he kind of led it on oh yeah, Universal and Blumhouse want to do more Halloween movies after this trilogy. But as it says right here, it's clear that after this trilogy, the rights go back to the Akkad family, who purchased, I think they purchased the rights to the Halloween franchise after John Carpenter made Halloween 2, or no, Halloween 3, just because he didn't want anything else to do with it. He was kind of tired and just wanted to move on. So they've owned the rights ever since Halloween 4, and Halloween 4 is such an underappreciated sequel in this franchise. I freaking love that movie. And I've loved what Blumhouse has done with this trilogy. I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Halloween Kills. I loved it. I had a good time with it, and I enjoyed where it took the story. So the fact that Halloween Ends is going to be Blumhouse's end to Halloween, that scares me, because, like I said, I've liked how they've handled it, and I haven't loved everything that the Akkads have added to the Halloween franchise. Looking at you, Halloween Resurrection.
Roasted.
Yeah. So that scares me. Hopefully they prove me wrong. I mean, I'm sure after this trilogy that the Halloween franchise is going to go into the vault for a little while. Because they don't want to overstay their welcome. With Michael Myers, even though he's been around since the 70s, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm fearful what's gonna happen to Michael after this trilogy. What are your thoughts, Caleb?
Oof. You're a lot more well versed in Michael Myers, but I have a feeling that if Blumhouse has an idea for something for Michael, I doubt that they're going to be dumb enough to pass up on that opportunity, because the movies have been fairly successful, right?
Oh yeah, they're they're made for $10 to $20 billion, and I think both have grossed over $100 million.
Yeah, so you have to imagine that the family's getting some kickback from those movies, or if anything, just getting paid a lump sum to use those rights. So if Blumhouse has an idea, I have a feeling that they're gonna just let them and use Blumhouse as a cash cow until they're blue in the friggin' face. Because I do agree that I think Michael needs to kind of be put away for a minute, maybe a year or two,
okay,
before they touch him again. Just so we can settle on this trilogy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, they'd be dumb to throw Michael in the vault forever.
Dude, apparently, so it was reported that the first trailer for Halloween Ends was going to be attached to the Black Phone, that new movie coming out with Ethan Hawke. But apparently, people that have seen like early screenings of it say it's not. And like the Halloween fans page on Facebook has heard it from a very good, reliable source that we probably won't even see a trailer this month, or maybe not the next. And this is usually about the time, June, when they release the first trailer for these Halloween movies. And so, yeah, Blumhouse is like really keeping their mouth shut with Halloween Ends, because a lot of people said that they definitely spoiled too much with Halloween Kills. And
I would disagree.
A lot of people said that they wish they wouldn't have spoiled literally that whole firefighter scene.
Oh yeah, that was bullshit.
Like I would have preferred to just see that whole thing unwind on the big screen, because that whole scene just chef's kiss with Michael. Like, oh my god. I don't know. I'm fearful, but I'm optimistic. And I mean, I would just love to see James Jude Courtney play Michael Myers forever, because next to Nick Castle, he's embodied the Shape so much. Like, literally that scene in Halloween Kills when Karen is holding up his mask and he starts walking towards her, and you see him just walking through the alleyways of Haddonfield. I get freaking chills because his walk is just so dead on to how Nick Castle walked in the original Halloween. It's just so perfect. Oh my god. And I feel it's a hard walk to do.
Dude, we're going to have to do a Halloween marathon, a Halloween VR marathon right before that movie comes out.
Yes. Okay, by that, do you mean just the original and then the new trilogy, or are we talking about every single Halloween here?
No, like the Blumhouse canon.
Okay. So just the original and then those three.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, because I was going to say,
that's really a lot. I think we need a lot longer than a month to.
well, and also, I don't want you to have to sit through the not so great sequels.
I'm aware I've sat through most of them, if not all.
Yeah, looking at you, mostly Halloween Resurrection and Halloween 5, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
I haven't seen I don't think I've seen the Rob Zombie ones.
The first one I like, even though like he takes away the mystery of Michael Myers. Like, you can understand why he becomes a brutal killer. But the second one, literally, you can ask any fan of the Halloween franchise, and that is one thing that we can all agree on. We absolutely hate Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's so literally, Rob Zombie took what people hated about the first one to heart, and he's just like, well, then, you know what? I'm just going to make a shitty sequel.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, and then don't get me started on Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes being, hey, Michael, happy fucking Halloween.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's so bad. Oh god,
that was so bad,
dude. And freaking, he kicks through the door. Trick or treat, motherfucker. I'm like, oh my god, this just gets worse, doesn't it?
Dude, that movie was so bad.
That movie does not understand Michael Myers at all.
Not even a little bit.
But anyway,
ridiculous.
This, for how much they're holding back, it makes me even more excited for Halloween Ends. It's my number one most anticipated movie of this year, so I hope it delivers.
Yeah, you and me both.
Before I, go on any more of a rant with the Halloween franchise, what do you say we get to our headliner of the evening?
I say let's do it.
So, with this week's headliner, we will be breaking down the long-awaited sequel. I mean, we didn't wait long because we only watched the first one like a couple weeks ago. But for many, this is the long-awaited sequel to Top Gun Maverick. So, Caleb, do you want to let these amazing folks that listen to this podcast, I don't know why I said it like that, how we break down movies on this thing?
Hell yeah. All right. If you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final Ambrose letter grade. The 8 categories that we score are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we give it our own personal score at the very end. All of those numbers get magically added up and spit out in our algorithm and give us a personal grade to compare this movie to others.
Yeah.
So, if you have not seen Top Gun Maverick, Rose is about to spoil the entire freaking movie for you. So you have been properly warned, and if you listen past this point, it's your fault if you ruin the movie for yourself.
Yeah. And also, I mean, go freaking see it if you just want a really good, fun popcorn movie to see at the movies.
Oh yeah, we'll be getting into it. We will be getting into it.
There's a reason. Just really quickly, there's a reason Tom Cruise fought for Paramount to not release this movie on Paramount Plus, only strictly in theaters. And you know what? I can understand why. Understand why.
I can completely understand that.
Yeah. Okay, so. And, I'm going to apologize right now if I F up, any of, the terms that are used in the Navy, just because sometimes I slur this kind of stuff, so I apologize. I don't mean it out of, any wrongdoing. Yeah. I really F that up. I just don't want to make anybody mad. So.
I'll correct you if need be. I think I know cool. Most of the terms that they use.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm already effing up. Oh my god. I haven't even finished out of the sentence gate. Over here.
We freaking opened the gate and Rose's horse just tripped.
Oh man. All right, over 3 decades after his time at Top Gun, Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell is serving as a U.S. Navy test pilot. As Rear Admiral Chester Hammer Kane approaches to shut down the hypersonic Dark Star scramjet program and redirect the funds to drone programs, Maverick flies the prototype to its speed objective, then pushes further into high hypersonic speed, destroying it. Kane wants to ground Maverick for his recklessness, but instead sends him to NAS North Island as a Top Gun instructor under the orders of Maverick's friend and former rival, Admiral Tom Iceman Kaczynski. Or is it Kazansky or Kaczynski?
I think it's Kaczynski.
Kaczynski, okay. The commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. Maverick is ordered to train an elite group of F-18E... Oh my god. Okay, F-A-18E-F Super Hornet aviators. I know I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. Aviators assembled by Vice Admiral Bo Cyclone Simpson and Rear Admiral Solomon Warlock Bates for an urgent mission to bomb a foreign country's unsanctioned uranium enrichment plant. The plant sits in a deep depression at the end of a canyon and is defended by surface-to-air missiles and fifth-generation Su-57 fighters. Operating from a nearby airbase, Maverick plans an attack with 2 pairs of Super Hornets which will fly through a canyon and destroy the plant. The aviators initially rebuff Maverick, particularly Lieutenant Jake Hangman Saracen and Lieutenant Bradley Rooster Bradshaw, the son of Maverick's late best friend. And, okay, is it supposed to say Rio or is R-I-O? I think it's... Okay,
is it all caps?
Yes. I'm going to go...
What's the context again?
So it's talking about, the dad of Rooster, it says the son of Maverick's late best friend, and R-I-O, I'm assuming it's R-I-O, not Rio.
Yeah.
Okay. R-I-O, Nick Goose Bradshaw. I feel stupid for thinking it was Rio. But moving on, As the aviators train for the mission, friction develops between Hangman and Rooster, who resents Hangman's cavalier attitude towards his wingmen, while Hangman criticizes Rooster's caution. As the aviators observe Maverick, they reassess and coalesce, I think that's the word, around him. Maverick also reunites with former girlfriend Penny Benjamin, to whom he reveals that Rooster's now dead mother made him promise to keep her son from flying and blocked Rooster's application to the Naval Academy, setting back his career. Maverick later meets with Iceman, who has throat cancer and primarily communicates by typing on a computer. Reassuring Maverick about teaching the team, he passes away days later, and Maverick, along with the aviators, attend his funeral, where a missing man formation is observed. With Iceman dead, Cyclone removes Maverick as mission trainer and sets new parameters that are less risky on approach but riskier on exit. However, Maverick makes an unauthorized flight of the simulated course with the original parameters, proving that it could be done. Cyclone is convinced and reluctantly appoints Maverick as strike leader. Maverick chooses the mission team and pairs himself with Phoenix and her WSO Bob, while Rooster is paired with Payback and his WSO Fanboy. Hangman and the remaining aviators are put on standby. The team launches from the aircraft carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt, while the guided missile cruiser USS Lake Gulf fires Tomahawk cruise missiles to destroy the airbase near the plant. The team reaches the plant and destroys it, but are attacked by surface-to-air missiles and a pair of patrolling Su-57 felons. When Rooster runs out of countermeasures, Maverick sacrifices his jet to protect him and ejects. Believing Maverick to be killed in action, the remaining aircraft return to the carrier. Against orders, Rooster turns back and saves Maverick from an Mi-24 helicopter gunship, but is shot down by another surface-to-air missile and ejects nearby. The two reunite and head towards the destroyed airbase, where they steal an F-14 Tomcat and head back to the carrier. Maverick and Rooster shoot down two intercepting Su-57s, but a third arrives as they run out of ammunition and countermeasures. Hangman arrives from standby to shoot down the Su-57, and the planes return to cheers on the carrier, where Maverick and Rooster reconcile. Sometime after the mission, Maverick and Rooster work together on a P-51 Mustang at a hangar near the test facility where Maverick was previously stationed. Penny arrives with her daughter Amelia, and Maverick takes her for a ride in the P-51. Rooster walks to a photo board and acknowledges a photo of their mission's success, alongside a photo of his late father and a younger Maverick.
Hell yeah.
How bad was that?
I'll say this: your reading was fine.
Okay.
I think it was just the synopsis of this got really convoluted with the technical terms.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So just like a really really quick summary for you people. Like that just kind of got really lost, like I did, and I'd seen the movie. Maverick starts out being a test pilot, frickin' blows the plane up somehow, and survives. Well, I mean, is able to like walk away from, or not somehow. He frickin' takes it way faster.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did go past 10.
Yeah, so he takes this plane, crashes it, is about to get kicked out, but is taken to California to teach a Top Gun class, like Top Gun graduates, how to fly a specific mission where they need to be very low to the ground so they're not spotted by land-to-air missiles. And then they also have to avoid getting in a dogfight with a more advanced plane. And then they're just training over and over and over again. They eventually go pull off the mission and yada yada yada.
And it all ends happy.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Alright, so starting off with our story score. This story could have gone a lot different in ways that I feel like I have a feeling that we're going to get another Top Gun before too long.
You know what? I'd be totally cool with that.
Yeah. I have a feeling when it's going to be when Tom Cruise is like, okay, I'm done playing Maverick, that he's going to be like, okay, let's kill him off.
I don't know how I feel about that. I would just gladly rather see him retire.
Yeah, that's kind of what you would want. But, I mean, if we don't get one, I would be genuinely shocked.
I mean, I thought they were going to kill him off in this one.
I seriously thought they were too.
I was like, damn, okay, ballsy, killing off Tom Cruise, but...
Yeah, straight up, dude.
I feel if they do, I don't know, if they do kill him off in the third one, I feel I'm just going to expect it at this point, or I'm not going to be surprised because, like, you already caught me out with the second one. So...
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, yeah, if they do make a third one and they do kill off Maverick, I'm just not going to be that surprised. I mean, it's going to suck. I'm going to, because, honestly, this might be my favorite role Tom Cruise has ever done, especially in this movie, because, I don't know how Caleb feels. I'm not the biggest fan of the first one. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but it's definitely, it's not overhyped. But I feel I just didn't love it as much as a lot of people do. Whereas this one, I don't know, like getting ahead of this, getting a little ahead. Like this is one of the rare sequels that I feel just goes beyond the first one in every single way. It's so much better. And just yeah. So if they did do a third one, they have a lot to live up to for how good this sequel was. And just like I said, if they do decide to kill Maverick off, it's just not going to feel earned because you already kind of copped us out in this one.
Yeah, and he just kind of, I think my big issue, and I think it's going to be more of a writing thing. How in the ever-living shit did he survive taking that test plane out? Like, first off, like taking it out, like taking it, like getting it out into the air, totally fine. Like, whatever. Taking a Mach 10, I'll buy that. Having it explode mid-air, you're expecting me to believe that he ejected going Mach 10. You can go to hell.
Dude, I freaking loved when he walked into the diner and he's just like, "Where am I?" And the kid just looks up at him. Earth. That was so great.
Dude, so Brielle's so good at calling lines like that, because that's exactly what she whispered in my ear when she's just like, excuse me, where am I? And then she like leaned over, and almost like the exact same time as the kid, they both were like, Earth. And I'm like, yeah, that just made that line so much better. But I think I will agree with you. I do think that this movie is better than the original. And the reason I think that is because they took out a lot of the 80s bullshit.
They did. I mean, they definitely still do have a lot of it in here, because I mean,
it feels like an 80s movie, but like modernized.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was just like waiting for them. They're gonna do a beach scene, aren't they? They're gonna do it, and then when they finally did, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're going to.
Yeah.
And I love the justification for it.
Yes, I loved that it was a team building exercise. That was awesome.
Yeah, like the other one, that was just to see some people without their shirts on. Like, that's just straight up what that was. This gave a scene like that purpose, and that's extremely appreciated.
I found it funny that Bob was the only guy with a shirt on. But I mean, it makes sense for his character.
Yeah. Dude, one thing that I was like really impressed by with this movie, at least with that scene in particular, they did not sexualize the female pilots at all.
No, and I loved it so much. This, I mean, can't really talk about this in character development, so I mean, I'm
I know
say
that
right
like
now,
this is just one of those things that I was just like, okay, like they're probably going to have like, oh, everyone like finds that like what's her face, the female pilot, like super sexy or
Phoenix?
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I thought that's the route I thought they were going to do. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
me
so there's
too.
going to be some eye candy for the ladies and people that you can't really say that anymore, can you?
Just say there could be
There's eye candy
men
for
and
the
women.
people that are attracted to men, and then there's and then there's like zero eye candy for those that are attracted to women. Actually, that's not true. Jennifer Connelly.
Well, I mean,
How
hey,
you
you never
doing?
know. Women might like a woman in uniform that turns them on quite a lot. You never know.
You got me there.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully that's not like un-PC of us to say, but
and during Pride Month too. I can't believe you, Caleb.
Yeah, I know. Now I feel like an asshole. Thanks.
I'm kidding. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But yeah, so I mean, they justified that like that type of scene, which, if you think about it, this is just beat for beat another like just what the original did.
It is, but
Except
so much better.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going through like the Top Gun process because these are Top Gun graduates.
I think for some reason, I actually really liked that. I liked that we didn't have to go through the process again.
Yeah,
like you know what Top Gun is. You already know that these flyers not flyers. Oh my god, I don't know. Lingo. Pilots. Thank you. Wow, you know that these pilots are the best of the best, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I felt they did really good at providing the stakes, setting up the stakes. I feel like they could have given us a bit. Like, this is where I'm kind of struggling to like consider this an improvement, because I feel like they set up the stakes okay. Like, hey, this is like a damn near impossible thing to do, and you need to do it in like 3 weeks. Yeah. And like just the way that they explain it, miracle 1, miracle 2, like this is what needs to happen for you to succeed on this mission.
God, dude, and the fact that like you're literally like fighting yourself not to black out, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Dude, that was freaking nuts. But yeah, so seeing a situation like that like really sets up really good stakes, which is really important for an action movie. So I'm glad that they went that the route that they did in sharing that, where it's just like, we don't need trainees, we need like Top Gun pilots. So it's like they didn't basically completely reenact the original.
Yeah.
But it still kind of had like those general vibes about it. So, really liked that. I think the only thing story-wise that I didn't care for, and Brielle brought this up too, the relationship between Maverick and Penny. It felt like it was supposed to be nostalgic when it wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair. Just because, I mean, this is the first that we've ever heard of this relationship, so it's not like it's the God, I forget the girl's name in the first one that he had a relationship with. I feel if it was her, and like you say, like they had broken up after the first movie, and then they came back together for this one. Oh yeah, absolutely, it would have made perfect sense. The way that they were setting it up, but the fact that we literally know jack shit about this relationship. I feel like we missed a part in the middle where we were supposed to get like a full-on recap of what went down with this relationship the first time.
Yeah, exactly. because I kept like thinking, I'm like, is this supposed to be the chick from the first?
That's what I thought too. Well, actually, I knew that they didn't ask her to come back, but I for some reason I forgot her name in the movie, so I'm just like, okay, like, so is this supposed to be the same character?
Charlie or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. So like, I thought it was like the same character, just recast, but no, it's a completely different woman.
Yeah, so that just felt odd.
And especially like when her daughter's just like, just don't hurt her again. I'm just like, okay, I don't know how he hurt her. So
yeah, like, it's like, dude, like we don't know. Like
how bad
if
did
they
he
would have
hurt
taken
her?
that whole scene out, like if they would have taken that out and not made it like a nostalgic thing, if they would have just made it a he gets into town, sees this hot bartender. That's all we need, dude. That is all we freaking need.
Yeah, I agree. It's Top Gun. We're not going to question anything about it.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if they would have removed that, this story would have been damn near flawless. But they focused a lot on that relationship, and I feel overall that brought the story down for me because it just didn't feel necessary. I would have actually preferred for them to replace those scenes with more conflict between Rooster and Maverick.
Absolutely agree. I would have loved that. Just because I love Miles Teller and Tom Cruise together in scenes.
Dude, the chemistry that they have between the two of them, incredible. And we'll get into that with acting, but
I just didn't realize how much taller Miles Teller is to Tom Cruise.
Dude, Tom Cruise is short.
How short is he?
Let me see. Tom Cruise is 5'7".
That's it?
Yeah.
How tall is Miles Teller?
He has to be like 6 foot. Yep. Or he's 6 foot.
Okay.
So Miles Teller's got
like
3 inches, or not 3.
God damn.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of height off Tom Cruise.
This is not me making fun of height. It's just so weird seeing, like a top grade, like old time actor being Tom Cruise, just having to look up to freaking Miles Teller.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's interesting because he doesn't come off that short.
No, he doesn't. I thought he was at least like 5'10".
Yeah, that's like around where I was guessing too. Like I was thinking like 5'10", maybe 5'9", but no, 5'7".
Ah, poor Cruise.
Yeah, he's a dinky one. But yeah, he carries himself with he comes off a lot taller. But anyway, yeah, I would have loved to see the two of them have a little bit more conflict and a little bit more like resolution too. Like I would have liked it for them to actually reveal why Maverick pulled his papers. Like get into why? That. They explain it. So Maverick explains it to Penny.
Yeah.
And tells him like, hey, like I don't want, or I'm fine with him resenting me as long as he doesn't resent his mom.
Yeah, because it was her dying wish, right?
Yeah, but I think for them to have the true, I don't even know like the right term, the right conclusion to this, to like their disagreements and their fighting, like it should have led to them revealing, like having that kind of heart to heart.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would have loved to see a lot more of like how long he or like how involved he was in Rooster's childhood after his dad had passed away. Because I mean, I don't know if like shortly after Goose pass. I'm not saying like he forgot about Penny and Rooster. That's her name, right? Penny, or what was her? Did they say?
I don't remember the wife's name.
I forget his wife's name. Too. I don't know if I said the right name. But anyway, I would have liked a lot more backstory with that, with like how much involved he was with Rooster growing up. And
he had a lot of pictures of him from like growing up, like
that's
like
true,
a baseball
he did.
team.
Didn't he have one from him graduating high school?
Yeah, graduating. He had,
or that could have been college. I don't know.
It could have been. It could have been, but I think it was. It could have been high school. Anyway, he had some sort of graduation. He had his naval picture. And then he had just some like other random pictures here and there. So it seemed like he was involved. Like he was really involved. Because, I mean, obviously, Rooster's mom confided in Maverick to keep him safe. And he said, I was trying to be the father figure that he lost. And so that just kind of implies that they had a big role, or that he had a big role, and like that's why the betrayal was so impactful on Rooster.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not too upset that we didn't get backstory on that. I think it was just more they didn't conclude, or they didn't close the argument well enough for me personally.
No, that's absolutely fair, and I can definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah, like I think that would have been a nice like after the mission chat or something, and just have Maverick explain to him like, hey, this is what I was thinking, this is what I was trying to do. But no, he's just holding on to that information, being like, I don't want him to resent his mother.
What I love is literally Rooster's like trying to tell him something before they take off, and he's just like, we'll talk after the mission.
Yeah, and they don't.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
You son of a bitch.
I went back for you, you asshole.
Dude, we'll get into that. I think that falls more under writing. I loved the interaction between them when they were on the ground.
Dude, that freaking scene where he literally is just running. He's like, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And then freaking just pushes him into the snow. That was freaking great. What the hell are you doing? That was great. I loved that.
Oh my gosh. So good. I don't know about you. So, I mean, the issues that I had with this story, like the biggest one, like I said, was the relationship with Penny. Like, if he just wanted a freaking, like, a fling, like, have at it. We don't care. We're not here for a love story, man.
Yeah. We're here for fighter jets, man. Come on.
Yeah. So it's just like the stuff that it felt like we should have known. Like when, like we said, when Maverick goes like tumbling out of the roof, like I thought that was hilarious. But the way that he, like you said, the daughter's just like, don't hurt her again. We don't understand that.
I need some context.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, you son of a bitch. But yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Like, not great there. So that brought it down a lot, and then just needing the resolution between Rooster and Maverick, I would have really liked to see. Other than that, it was a really enjoyable story. I thought they set up the stakes really well. They set up basically just the obstacles that Maverick had to hurdle really well. Yeah. They hit us with all the freaking nostalgia from the first one.
Oh yeah. Even like the way that they set up his character in the second one and what he's been up to since the first one made absolute sense.
Yeah.
Didn't skip it. Didn't skip a beat. It didn't feel like, oh, you're taking a whole complete 180 on his character. No, it felt completely in character.
Yeah. I love that they even opened the movie up the same.
Oh
like,
my
I
God,
almost
dude.
thought that I'm like, I kind of like was like looking over at Brielle and I'm just like, is this just the opening from the first?
I
and
thought
then I
the
saw
same thing,
someone with, I saw
Yeah,
someone
then
with
you're
like
just like, new
neon and I'm
shots.
like, oh, no, that's new.
Yeah, I was like, well, no, yeah, these are new shots. Yeah, freaking when they started playing Danger Zone, I'm like, okay, yeah, they are
Starting
definitely
off strong.
Yep, they are going in for this nostalgia for the first one, and you know what? I'm digging the hell out of it.
Dude, that was one thing last week that, because we kind of talked about Top Gun a little bit, me and DJ did.
Yeah.
Just like he hadn't seen it. But I think he was wanting to, and he was saying that was one of the things that if they are going to play that song, that it was either going to be at the very beginning or is going to be at the very end. Like they're not going to throw it in the middle like they did. And
I was honestly hoping for the best of both worlds. I wanted it at the end or at the beginning and the end. But to each its own.
Fair. Story-wise, I think I'm in the high 80s for this one. I think I'm sitting at like an 88. Not quite cracking 90. But it was really, really good.
I am a little higher than you. I would say I'm at a solid 90 just because not a 99. Sorry, it's not that good. No, it takes a lot for a movie to reach a 99 for me. Just for how much story-wise it improved over the first one for me, and I can forgive a lot, and I can not completely forgive, but I can forgive a little bit for like the love story and how they did not go through with it that well completely in that middle spot with the kid just being like, oh, don't hurt her again. Like, yeah. I feel like I needed a prelude comic into this movie.
A little bit, right?
just with that love story. Everything else, like, it made complete sense. Where Top Gun had gone, or like how far Top Gun has come, just all that shit made absolute sense. They did a great job setting it up. It's just the love story that they needed to do a better job with.
Exactly. Getting into writing, this one I think I'm going to agree with your story grade. I am very much cracking 90, but just barely. I felt it was really well written. Mm-hmm. There wasn't any wasted dialogue, I felt. And like I said, they freaking hit the nostalgia right on the head without making it feel like thrown in our face.
Yes, and I feel that's so hard to do. And yeah, kudos to who directed this movie.
That would be Joseph Kosinski.
Yeah, amazing job. I mean, I don't know if did he also help write it? No, he
does not look like it.
Yeah, okay. Peter Craig, Justin Marks, yeah, excellent job. And also, I'm gonna give credit to also Joseph Kosinski, because y'all know how to hit nostalgia without shoving it down someone's throat.
Yeah, he does really good work. Or Joseph Kosinski. I know this movie gets a lot of hate, but he actually directed Tron Legacy.
I absolutely agree with you. I think it gets way too much hate. I enjoy the hell out of that one.
Okay, CGI sucks. Like,
yeah, we're not going to talk about Jeff Bridges in that movie.
Yeah, but everything else about that, like, if you can just let go the bad CGI, the story's not bad.
It's not, and it's just a fun-ass movie.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I felt this was.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, this movie is a lot better than Tron Legacy.
Yeah, and I have a feeling we both know where this movie's going to excel.
Yeah, I think we do.
But yeah, I think I'm sitting a solid 90. I was thinking I was going to be up more in like 91, 92, but it was just, I thought it was well written. There was, like I said, no wasted dialogue. Everything flowed and felt like natural, real conversation.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Don't.
No, I'll cut him some slack. I'll say this. I wasn't the biggest fan. I am going to dock him, but I'm not going to dock it in writing. I wasn't the biggest fan of Hangman's dialogue.
I can kind of excuse his dialogue because I feel he was kind of supposed to be
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the Val Kilmer of this movie.
I agree, and I know that was the role he was supposed to be playing. It just did not work for me.
Okay, no, that's fair.
It was just like overly bullying.
Fair.
And like, I don't like Val Kilmer's character in the first. Was he an asshole? Yes, but he had good points.
Yeah,
he had
true.
actual like constructive criticism about Maverick.
Whereas I feel Hangman really didn't. He literally the only thing that he had was I saw where your dad and Maverick how far they go back, and of course that awakens something in Rooster, but it's not like he could comment on his like flying or anything.
Yeah, because he's like a great flyer. He's just cautious.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, yeah, Hangman didn't have like a leg to stand on because I'm like, dude, you freaking abandoned your people. Like,
it's true.
Like, there's nothing like, yeah, there's nothing good that comes from him.
Yeah,
but with
that's
Iceman, he's like it just kind of goes off of the call sign. Like with Iceman, he was cold and calculated. That's what made him a great pilot. Hangman, he freaking like abandons his people. Like that's not a good thing to like have.
I appreciate so much that on his helmet it doesn't just say Hangman. It actually has like the missing parts of it spelling out Hangman, like you're actually playing Hangman.
Yeah,
I loved that touch. That was great.
That was so good. So yeah, I'm sitting at a 90 for writing. It was slightly better than the story, just not totally there when it came to Hangman.
That's fair.
Which I'm not too upset about. Oh,
yeah.
Also, I wanted to bring this up. The conversation between Maverick and Iceman. Oh, that was
so sweet. So good.
I freaking loved how they ended that. Where he's like, who's the better pilot? And he's just like, let's not ruin this.
Let's not spoil this sweet moment.
Yeah, it's just like that's the perfect way to end that.
Yeah. Yeah. Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise did miss a beat with their chemistry in this one.
Yeah. Is something up with Val Kilmer? Like, was that actually like?
I don't think so. I think Val Kilmer's fine. It's just how they wanted to write his character.
I'm going to look it up while you kind of discuss what your reasoning for writing.
Okay. So with writing, I'm going to actually agree with you. I'm going to do a 90 as well. I thought it was just as strong as the story. I absolutely agree with the points that you have. I feel one of the strongest things that I feel that they did with writing was the banter between all of them that were associated with Top Gun. Just all of the banter between all of the pilots from how what was it, Phoenix? I know she was kind of like hesitant with Bob at first, but then they got a really good bond together, and just along with her bantering with Hangman, her relationship, the conversations with her and Rooster, just the writing for especially that group of people were I feel was very strong in this movie, and of course along with Tom Cruise's character Maverick was very, very strong.
That's fair. So that averages our story out to an 89, and our writing is averaged to a 90. And I did just look it up. Val Kilmer, that was a struggle that he was actually having. He's been dealing with a throat cancer battle.
Oh.
And so they weren't sure he was going to be able to like come and play, reprise his role. Gosh, freaking words are hard today. They were not sure if he was going to be able to reprise his role, but they were able to adjust it to what it was, so he could play, like still be in it.
Okay, that's awesome. Good. I'm glad. Aw, poor Kilmer.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on over to acting, we have. We're just going to cover like the big characters in this, which just kind of include Tom Cruise, who played Maverick, Miles Teller, who played Rooster, Jennifer Connelly, who played Penny Benjamin, and then we'll do some of the other pilots. We have Monica Barbaro, who played Phoenix, Lewis Pullman played Bob, Jay Ellis, who played Payback, Danny Ramirez played Fanboy, Glenn Powell played Hangman, and I think that's it.
Yeah, you got all the major hitters.
Yeah. Like I probably shouldn't have even included Payback and Fanboy.
I mean, I feel that they still had a decent amount. I enjoyed the characters.
Yeah, I mean, the big ones, though, were Rooster, Phoenix, Bob, and Hangman.
That's true.
Like, Payback and Fanboy just kind of got sidelined to no end.
Was it Fanboy or Payback that blacked out?
Oh, excellent question. That was Payback.
That was Payback? Okay. That was an intense scene. Like, holy shit.
Dude, that was nuts.
Very well done, though. Like, wow.
Yeah, like, really good. So, yeah. Let's go top 3.
Okay. You know, I'm probably actually going to say the lady that played Phoenix. I really enjoyed her performance. What's her name again?
Monica Barbaro.
Monica Barbaro. She was great. And honestly, like we talked about earlier, I love that they didn't try to like sexualize her. She literally just felt like another one of the guys. I loved that so much.
Yeah, exactly. She was really good. She was kind of just the voice of reason for the whole group. And I love that she got paired up with Bob.
Bob's number 4 for me.
Bob was great. Like the only reason that I wish that they would have gone over like the school, like, or like the schooling portion of like Top Gun, like the original did, was I want to see how the hell Bob passed.
Dude, seriously.
Or was he just kind of like always in the back seat?
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, which also kind of confused me. So, like, the whole setup between them, like, Payback and Fanboy were a team. Phoenix and Bob were a team, but Hangman didn't have anyone, and Rooster didn't have anyone.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
like it just kind of made me like kind of got me a little confused. Like, hey, why didn't they do anything with that?
I mean, I'm sure if they tried to put Hangman and Rooster together, all hell would have broke loose.
Yeah, like it almost feels like they could have given like Phoenix and Bob to those two. Like maybe given Phoenix to Rooster and Bob to Hangman.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know.
I feel if we
just
wanted
an
to like
idea,
change
but
it, no, that's a good. I feel if they wanted to like change it around and like kind of grow the characters even more, I probably would have put Hangman with Phoenix and then Rooster with Bob. For how much Phoenix is against Hangman, I would have liked for them to maybe try to not because I mean they were fine at the end. They didn't hate each other, but I don't know. I would have liked to see their relationship maybe a little more in the movie.
right. But yeah, Phoenix is a great number 3.
Number 2, Miles Teller as a Rooster. So freaking good. Oh, he's got a different one.
I have a different one.
I love it when this shit happens. I love it. Miles Teller is honestly great in anything that he's in. He's if it's a shitty movie, Fantastic Four or Van Four Stick, whatever. He is one of the bright spots of it, and thankfully this movie is not shit. This movie is actually very good. And he definitely shines in this movie as the son of Goose. He's great with what he's given. Freaking guy pulls off that mustache so well. Like, holy shit.
Dude, have you seen all the freaking TikToks of people like, hey, me and the wife just got back from Top Gun Maverick, and then he they're all in the bathroom shaving.
I sure have. I'm kind of shocked you didn't.
I almost did, but Brielle really hates when it's just me and a mustache.
I feel a lot of ladies do. But yeah, and like them freaking throwing on the aviators after.
Oh man, dude,
aviators are coming back after this movie. We all know it,
dude. Straight up, like I want to see, because when the original Top Gun came out, the recruitment for the Air Force and the Navy freaking just skyrocketed.
That's awesome.
Because everyone and their mother was just like, oh, I want to be freaking Top Gun. I want to be Top Gun. So I would be really interested in seeing if it affected recruitment levels.
Yeah, that'd be super cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be a really interesting study to do.
Yeah. You gonna re-enlist, Caleb?
Hell no. Well, they wouldn't even take me back if I wanted to, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whatever. It's fine. It's their fault. They broke me.
Damn. Okay, this is getting a little too personal and emotional for an All Bros episode.
Emotional?
Well, I don't know.
No, I'm not emotional about it at all. I'm just kind of like, good riddance.
Damn. Anyway.
Hey, I'm pretty sure they feel the same way. It was a mutual breakup.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as there's that. Anyway. So that's my number 2. And number 1, I mean, considering I guess Caleb's is different, my number 1 is Tom Cruise as Maverick, because, oh my god, he was amazing in this movie. He comes back into this role graciously, or gracefully, whatever the hell word I'm going for here. Doesn't miss a beat at all. I loved him in this movie more than I did in the first, and I really enjoyed his performance in the first. I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast yet, because like my brain just sucks this episode. I was telling Caleb I wasn't a huge fan of Tom Cruise growing up. I just didn't watch a lot of his movies, but like now in my 20s, like I'm becoming like a huge Tom Cruise fan. I think it's freaking hilarious.
Dude, I always seem to forget, like, I know people kind of like rip on Tom Cruise for being like difficult to work with and just kind of like an overall asshole of a human being, and like the whole Scientology shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like he gets just soaked in all this hate for his personal life. But anytime I see a movie with him, I'm always really surprised by it. Like, that was actually really good.
Yeah,
and especially like it's even with his action roles, I could really care less about. Like, I think his Maverick's really good. And I really liked the Jack Reacher movie that he was in.
Ooh, yeah.
But my favorite roles of his are when he's playing like something else, like the Austin Powers, where he was playing
my God,
the parody of Austin Powers. Like, that was great. When in Rock of Ages, that was like that his role in that was freaking hilarious. And I think my all-time favorite role was he played the manager in Tropic Thunder.
I still have never seen that movie.
Holy shit, dude. They put Tom Cruise in a fat suit where he's balding and he's freaking just like these big ass freaking he looks like horrible in this movie, but he does nothing but like yell. It's hilarious to watch.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
I'm surprised you haven't seen that. That one's with Jack Black, Ben Stiller, and Robert Downey.
Yeah, it's been on my radar, and I swear I have it on Blu-ray, but just for some reason I haven't sat down and watched it yet.
Yeah, so I just be warned, that movie is very not PC anymore because Robert Downey is black the entire movie.
I've heard that.
Funny story. When Robert Downey was cast as Iron Man, I was under the impression that Robert Downey Jr. was a black man. My only introduction, the only thing that I knew Robert Downey from was Tropic Thunder. And so I legitimately thought that he was a black guy that started off the movie as like playing white. Like, I thought he was doing whiteface. And I was just like, they did pretty good with his makeup in this. And then no, it turns out he's not. And so I was just like, when he was cast, I was just like, that's going to be really interesting because I mean, they nailed the casting for Rhodey. Like, that's what I thought at the time. I'm like, they got Rhodey down. It's like, it's interesting that they're going to have two black Iron Men.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, and then when I saw him, I was just like, what the shit?
A white dude? I didn't ask for this shit.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I got like super excited. I'm like, dude, this is going to be awesome. And so when I saw that he was white, I was like, almost like disappointed. Anyway, that's my fun Tropic Thunder fact.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, dude, thank you so much for sharing that, because that is incredible.
Anyway, that's kind of the roles that I really like Tom Cruise in, and he's an amazing actor.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
All right, let's
hear yours.
All right, my number 3, even though he was someone that we were supposed to hate, and I did hate him, but I think that just kind of amplified my feelings for the actor. Glenn Powell, who played Hangman.
Good choice.
Yeah, he was my number 3. Freaking love to hate him. Like one of those situations. My number 2, I'm actually giving to Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
I thought he was, like, don't get me wrong, I thought he was really good in this role. Like you said, fell back into it flawlessly.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah, but just, I think he got like slightly outshined by Miles Teller, who played Rooster.
I disagree, but that's just me.
No, I get your reasoning, but I think Miles Teller just kind of stood out a lot.
Yeah. No. I completely understand where your rating system comes from.
Yeah, so I freaking loved Rooster. Just the character, how he's, and honestly, I think it's because he, at least the way that people were explaining his flying, kind of makes me feel how, like, I am. I don't fly, but when it comes to like driving, like with Rooster, he's a really good pilot, but he's cautious, and that's kind of like what pulls his abilities back a little bit. And I feel like that's the same way with me. So I think it was more I just related with him more.
That's fair.
Because I consider myself a really good driver, and a lot of people think I'm a really good driver. Hey, you can go kiss my ass.
No, dude, I'm kidding. I mean, I get
I swear, one incident on the ice, and like you freaking can't live it down.
Well, hey, you know what? You have an incident with me, so we're just going to keep going back and forth. Whenever the one person talks about how good of a driver they are, because I feel the same with me, even though a group of my buddies call me the grandma driver of the group. I don't care. I'm a cautious driver. Sue me. But whenever you bring up the whole, like, oh, me almost driving us into a ditch, I'm going to bring up the whole you sliding on the ice and putting a pole through your back window.
Hey, no one died and it was fine, so chill.
All I'm saying is I doubt Bronson's listening to this. I'm just saying, Bronson, if you were in the car, or wait, no, I'm sorry. No, Bronson was in there with us.
It was Coy that wasn't in the car.
Yeah, if Coy was in there, Coy, if you were listening, I don't think you are, but you know what, if you are, amazing. We love you, man. Coy probably would have gotten injured. In my opinion,
I think Coy would have been fine. Okay.
I think he's putting this whole situation a little too lightly.
Listen.
I'm kidding.
The way that we hit that pole, it went up the side of my, or it went up, like, it scraped the front of my car. So it, like, went up the windshield and kind of, like, slid across the top. And then it just kind of got, like, really loose and slammed down, and that's what broke the window. So it wasn't like puncturing the window. It, like, slid up and then slammed down.
I thought it still went in, though.
It was still in the car. Like, in the end, it was in the car. Barely, I might add.
Okay.
But it did not puncture the window.
Okay,
it didn't like punch through.
The only way that Coy probably would have gotten injured if he was leaning forward.
No, he would have been fine if he was leaning forward. He would
really.
He honestly, it would have just come down and maybe like hit his arm.
Oh, still though, there would have been an injury. I just want to point that out.
I wouldn't even consider it an injury, so you can kiss my ass. Dude, the freaking day that we are able to like access our memories, like that's gonna be like the first thing that I pay to like see. I'm
Dude,
like,
it's
okay,
that
listen,
and me almost driving us into a ditch, because I feel it's not as bad as you hype it up to be. I barely went over. I barely slid off the road. Like, I wasn't even close to the ditch.
Friggin'
what I remember.
Fine. That will that'll be the first thing that we freaking pay for when we can re-access our memories.
Yep. So, do you want a memory from your earliest childhood memories? Nope.
I gotta prove something to this asshole.
Senior year, high school, wintertime, because I'm pretty sure that they both happen didn't they both happen during the winter?
I think they both happened within a week of each other.
Yeah, I think so. So hey, they won't have to go that far with the memory. So at least there's that. But yeah, if we ever get to that point, bros, we are proving who is right and who is wrong with this.
Absolutely. All right, getting back into our grading, acting. Where are you sitting at?
Honestly, I'm still in the 90s just because literally I have no problems with any of the acting. Everyone did a great job with their characters. No one brought the movie down at all for me. I know we talked about the whole love interest and everything being kind of confusing a little bit, but I don't that doesn't affect the acting to me because I feel what was her name? Jennifer Connelly, right?
Yeah.
I think what she was given with what we understand of the love story, she did a great job.
She did an incredible job.
Yeah.
There was no issues there. So I have a feeling I know where you're going to be, but I think I might be in the same area or the same vicinity.
I'm at a 92.
Yeah, I was about 91. So you were one higher than I thought you were going to be.
Okay, all right.
All right, so that brings us to a 91.5.
Not bad.
For acting. All right, next up we got character development. So obviously with this one we have to do it on Maverick.
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see any growth from him, especially with someone that's just kind of on the verge of retirement and near the end of his career. He kind of is who he is.
Yeah, I agree. He's the kind of person that how they're talking about in the meeting before because they were after he goes hypersonic and goes against what he was supposed to at the beginning and everything, and they're going over, hey, you were supposed to, you could have reached this, you could have reached this, you could have reached this, but yet you're still here, you're just doing this. And he's content with that. He's actually fine with just being where he is. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. So you can't really fault him for not progressing his character development, because he's a character that, to him, his development, he loves where he is, so he doesn't want to develop anywhere else.
Yeah.
So that's kind of hard to grade, because you can't really be mad at his character. He's happy where he is, so they're not ruining his character development, and it makes absolute sense why he wouldn't want to move on, why he wouldn't want to grow in the Navy. Because of how they set him up in the first one. His character development doesn't, like I said earlier, it doesn't take a complete 180 in this movie. It makes absolute sense.
Right. I think because I had the same feelings, I think where I was kind of leaning more towards when it came down to scoring this was with his relationship with Rooster. So I was more judging the relationship that he had and how that kind of progressed, because at first it seems like he's almost trying to avoid Rooster, just because Rooster comes in in the opening bar scene when he first gets to his base. And so, I mean, he's dealing with that, but then when he gets into it, you can tell that he's wanting to discuss some of the shit that the resentment that Rooster has towards him, and they address a lot of that in the air, but I don't feel they don't address it too often on the ground.
That's very true.
Then they have this whole thing where they're like, "Hey, like I'll talk to you. Like I have something to talk to you about, but we'll talk about it when we get back." And blah blah blah. And then they never address that, and then suddenly like they're all buddy because they went on one mission together, like one dangerous mission together. So I would have liked to see some better resolution there.
I mean, I feel the way that they chalk that up is him saying, thanks for saving my life, and Rooster being, it's what my dad would have done.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like that would have just kind of been more of a dig than anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because okay, so if your dad wouldn't have saved me, then you probably wouldn't have. You would have just left me to die. Okay,
like not necessarily that. It's just kind of like I don't think they should have just wrapped it up. Like the story or not their arc together.
Yeah. Better be a deleted scene.
Unfortunately, this is where the movie suffers for me.
And honestly, I can't agree with you there.
Yeah, so I think with character development, it was okay, but it wasn't like anything special, and I don't think it even cracks the 80s for me.
That's I don't know. For me, I feel like it barely cracks it, but not by much. So I'm gonna go a solid 80.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be at like a 77.
Okay. No, I completely understand why. I get it.
Yeah, it was good. It was like okay, like oh, cool. They like put a nice little bow on this, but hey, guess what? We didn't see how the bow got there.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of had like hell, they even could have spent a little time discussing things while they were on like behind enemy lines.
That's true. That's
like
true. Yeah,
they had a freaking long
fast.
Yeah, they were freaking walking to their location or to their destination. You couldn't give us a little something. Like honestly, if they would have
quick walk, I feel from where they were to the plane.
I truly believe if they would have given us that, I would have been in the high 80s.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
But we didn't, so I'm in the
honestly,
high 70s.
I would have liked that after Maverick sees Rooster crash. I would have liked if Rooster would have crashed a little farther away from the enemy's base, and then that way they could have met up a lot sooner and had more, like they could have had more of a walk to the enemy's base to where they could be talking. They could actually have like a deep conversation during that.
I thought they crashed like a decent distance away.
That's what I thought too.
I'm pretty sure they did. Like it was
Maverick, I feel did. I don't know. Roosters looked like it was just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the enemy base.
I don't know about that because it was like if you think about it, like Maverick crashed and woke up and was running from the helicopter, and then Rooster comes in, shoots the helicopter, and then gets shot down, and kind of crashes around the same area. Like obviously it's like a far distance away from where Maverick was.
Yeah.
So it was obviously within running distance for Maverick.
Not sure. Maybe it was just because it was just such a huge, not jump cut, but literally they Maverick gets to where Rooster is. They reconcile, and then they're at the base.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no in between.
I don't even think there's like a full reconciliation. They're just like...
That's true.
Like, what the hell are you doing? I'm coming to save you. Well, what's the plan now? And then they're there.
I would have liked an in between that.
Yeah, so like that would have been the perfect spot. Freaking cut the romance shit and give us a little heart to heart with Maverick and Rooster.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so that averages us out to a 78.5 for character development. Next up, we got effects. And, bro.
Wow. I don't know about you. I was on the edge of my seat sometimes for how amazing these flight sequences were.
Well, they were all 100% real.
I can't, like... Oh, yeah, I had no doubt that they weren't real because... Oh my god. Like, I think you pointed out to me in the first one, literally they had to keep reusing, like,
yeah, it was just the same footage over and over and over again.
Yeah,
I also learned, in a visual effects artist react video, they discussed Top Gun. Yeah. So the stuff that they couldn't perform on, like, with the actual plane footage, they just got, like, models and put them on stands and, like, had them, like, do shit.
Are you serious? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. It was like all that kind of the close up shit.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, dude, oh my god, every flight sequence in this movie is jaw-dropping, incredible. You feel the tension, just everything that these pilots are feeling. It's incredible. And literally every single time that they had to do, like, the whole, like, where they go upside down, oh my god, I got freaking shit. Oh my god, I can't get over how freaking good these flight effects were, and oh my god.
They did an amazing job. There was not a single thing that I saw that did not feel 100% real.
And considering that, you were in the Air Force, I completely believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, like, all up close and personal with that shit.
That's true,
still,
but, you have some experience with this.
Yeah, if like, they just nailed it. Like, it felt like you were there, and like you said, they did so good at building that tension because there, like you said, there were times that I was at the end of my seat or edge of my seat, and just thinking like, oh, balls! Like, if they don't make this, like, I think, like, I was freaking, like, losing my mind when we weren't 100% sure if, like, I think it was Rooster, like, if he was going to make it, or when the dude, or what's his face, freaking passed out.
That was Payback, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he was, like, passed out, I was just like, oh, no. Like,
I honestly wasn't expecting him to come back. I really thought he was going to crash.
I know, me too. That just shows, like, goes to show how much they set up that, like, that tension, dude. So, it was, like I said, damn near flawless.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
And I think we're just going to get straight into it. I'm in the high 90s.
Dude,
I'm actually negotiating with myself to give this 100.
It's hard. I don't like, nothing's like distracting me from not giving it 100. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Like, I'm truly trying to, like, think of something to critique about this, and I don't. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Screw it. I don't have anything to critique. I'm giving it 100. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I'll give it 100.
Is this the first effects we've ever given 100?
I would have to go and look back. I don't know.
Okay. If it is, that's awesome. Because it rightfully deserves it.
Yeah, I'm looking through. Oh, nope. We gave 100 to The Oath.
Really?
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. We gave 100 to Ready or Not. We gave 100 to Into the Spider-Verse.
I can definitely justify Into the Spider-Verse.
We gave 100 to Us, and that's it.
Okay.
So,
this one definitely deserves it.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of...
Good.
I'd have to go back and rewatch The Oath, but, I mean, the other ones, like Ready or Not, I absolutely remember that one. And Into the Spider-Verse, like, yeah. So, we do have a habit of giving 100.
Okay.
So
it just hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in a long while.
Okay. So good. I'm glad that this is the movie that the first one that gets 100 in a while.
All right, next up we got music. And for something that that had like an iconic soundtrack of only like 3 songs, but I was expecting the soundtrack to be a little bit better on this.
That's fair. I mean, it's not awful. I mean, it is used very well, but I feel what would have put me at a 10 is if they would have used Danger Zone at both the beginning and the end. That would have signified it deserving a 10.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed. I mean, it was good.
Fair.
It stood out for what it was, but I think I'm more in like the 8 range. Because it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
But it just I think it enhanced the scenes like it was supposed to, and it did have Danger Zone, and it did have like a couple other bigger hit movies. Like I actually would dare say it's almost in like the 7 range, but I think it was like the Danger Zone just pushed it up high enough for it to reach an 8.
Agreed.
All right, well that averages us out to I don't know if I covered this, a 78.5 for character development, a 100 for effects, and an 8 for music. All right, next up we got costumes. So this was just like a lot of flight suits. I think the real costumes were maybe the helmets and like those designs, and
yeah, I mean those looked really good.
Yeah, nothing too iconic when it came to the costumes. Costumes.
So, okay, yeah, no, I absolutely agree with what you were saying. Kind of like how you pointed out that the only thing that like really added to their characters with, minus their actual uniforms was what were on their fighter helmets, which I love that they're able to add their own like flair to them. You got Phoenix's, you got Hangman's, where his actually I pointed out earlier, his actually looks like he's playing a game of Hangman. I loved that. I don't know. I thought Rooster's would have been a little different. I don't know why. Rooster's not boring, but I don't know. I expected more from Roosters. I don't know why. I really don't. Mavericks, I mean, of course, looked like it did in the first one. It's the same helmet, which, is good. I'm glad that they kept the same. I can't remember. Was there anything special about Bob's?
Not that I recall.
Okay.
But yeah, it's tough to figure, like, to know without a doubt what their personalities are like, because when you get all the story that you need is behind your call sign whenever you do get your call sign, but it's not something that you like, it's not something you choose, it's something that's given to you.
Yeah.
And so I think that was something that maybe the filmmakers were missing out on. Like, okay, why would Rooster have been called Rooster?
That wasn't his middle name, was it? Because I can't remember.
No.
Why was Goose called Goose in the first one?
That I don't know. That was like another thing. Like, it's...
I mean, I would just assume that they probably called him Rooster just because his dad was Goose, and so they're like, okay, like let's give him another bird name.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of TikToks like just confirming this, and from what I know, the call signs that you receive are never for anything good.
Oh shit.
Like there was a okay, here's one. There was a pilot that I personally did not work with, but his call sign was Milk.
You said milk, right?
Yeah, Milk. M-I-L-K, Milk.
Okay.
And his call sign was Milk because on one of his first flights with the unit, like before he, like, because sometimes you get a call sign when you're in flight school, sometimes you don't, and it's just kind of like, it just depends. Like you when you're like start out flying, you just kind of go by your name until someone comes up with a call sign for you.
Okay.
So yeah, he did not get his call sign until he first flew with the unit, and he started getting called Milk because he was drinking like some yogurt drink and threw up all over his console because of something that he did.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't great. Like it was after he had landed, so it didn't like affect any of the instruments, but yeah, he landed and and didn't have enough time. Like it just happens sometimes.
Oh shit.
But yeah, it was like I said, your call sign's never because you did something good.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Like they can sound badass, but the story behind them are not.
Okay. Okay. I love it. Okay.
So they kind of addressed that when it came to Hangman. There, because like Hangman, like that's a cool call sign until you realize, hey, it's because he always leaves his wingman out to dry.
Yep. Yeah. It's a perfect name.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I other than Mavericks and Hangmans, no one else really stood out.
Yeah, I agree.
So, with that, I think I'm at an 8 still.
Same.
All right, last up we got personal score. You want to take this one first?
I would love to. So, overall, oh my god, I honestly loved this movie. This movie is, to me, a superior sequel. It is so much better than the first one in every way. Tom Cruise is at the top of his game, playing Maverick in this one. Miles Teller is great. The whole ensemble cast is incredible in this movie. This is the reason. This is a movie that you go to the movies for. This is a popcorn movie you have to see on the biggest screen possible. I honestly wish I would have seen this movie in Cinemark XD because I would have loved to see these fighter jets on just let my eyes be able to experience that.
Dude, I would have loved to experience this in like one of the Cinema 4D.
Dude, yeah, the air just like coming at you when they're taking off.
Yeah.
That'd be so. Oh, dude, we got to go to one of those one day. Like
I
I know they're
know.
very few and far between.
We missed the perfect movie to do that.
Right? Damn it.
That's what sucks about it. It's like we have the perfect movie, but we're just damn.
Right, if they make Top Gun 3, we got to see it in 4D or 4D XD, whatever it's called.
Oh, that'd be the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, to me, so much better than the first one because I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one, but I loved the hell out of this one. Yeah, such a great time. If you guys haven't seen this movie, please go check it out. It's such a good sequel, and it's just so much fun. So I am in the 90s. Just trying to think what I'm at. You know what? I'm gonna go 94.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I loved it.
Nice. I did not crack the 90s, unfortunately. I still had an amazing time with this movie. I thought it was super fun. It hit all the beats for me. I think it was just like talking it over like after the movie with my wife. It just kind of brought it down a little bit, not too much. Like if it did, it brought it down maybe like 3 points. Like when I came out, I was just like, for a Top Gun movie, because I really liked the first Top Gun movie. I was just like, this is killer. Like, this is freaking badass, and I love it. This one, same thing, but it's just not super high on my score, or on my end. I really wish that we could have seen this in 40. That would be the absolute shit. But yeah, and one thing that I think is really good about this movie, despite how much we've discussed it, I don't think we spoiled it.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
I mean, like, yes, like storylines and like all like plots and all this stuff. Like, yeah, we totally spoiled that. But this isn't something that you have to experience this movie.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, despite how often we talk or how much we talk about it, there's no ruining it.
No, you have to see the flight sequences for yourself. You can't spoil them.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to be at like an 86. Nope, not 76.
Okay. That's a huge difference from where I'm at.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
like
just
I enjoyed it.
I only got to talk it over with my cat.
Yeah, so I not quite cracking the 90s, but I hope that doesn't make people think I didn't like this movie, because I did. And I do feel like I'm going to go and rewatch this.
Dude, freaking, I'm pissed at myself because I already pre-ordered the Steelbook. Thankfully, it's not an exclusive, so you can get it anywhere. But I still get my Steelbooks all at Best Buy because they actually, for the most part, know how to ship Steelbooks, unlike some companies, Amazon. But freaking, so I waited too long to get the originals 4K Steelbook, and so I had to pay aftermarket price for it. It was $50 compared to $35.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it sucked, but it was worth it because it would just look weird if I didn't have both Top Guns on Steelbook. Because I'm that kind of person. So,
unfortunately,
yeah, I hate it. But yeah, so there's my little story.
Damn. All right, well, that averages out to a solid 90 for a personal score. So with that concludes this week's breakdown, and the final All Bros letter grade for Top Gun Maverick has come to a B+.
Woo!
Yeah, so it is sitting at an 88.62%. So this is one of our higher B+. It's just 2% away from being an A-.
You know, it was really funny. So I was looking at the score for Top Gun before we recorded this, and I saw it was at a B-. I'm just like, okay, we're getting the second one to either an A- or B+. That's what I'm shooting for. So yes.
Yeah. Okay, where is it? Sorry, trying to find it on the list. All right, so Top Gun Maverick, like I said, sitting at a B+, 88.62%, which puts it on the exact same level as Luca.
Ooh, okay.
Puts it a little bit below the Unicorn Store, which is at an 88.87%. It is below the Mitchells versus the Machines, which is at an 89%.
Okay.
It is below our updated Spider-Man Far From Home score, which is at an 89.20. And it is below Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which is at an 89.25.
All right.
And then it puts it... Wait, did I say those were above or below?
I swear you said below.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Alright, going the other direction. Puts it above How to Train Your Dragon 2, which is at an 88.37%. Puts it above The Invisible Man, which is at an 88.23%. Puts it above The Prom, which is at an 88.12%. You seem kind of bummed out about that one.
I'm actually not. No.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Nice. Let's see. It is above Raya and the Last Dragon, which is at an 87.81. And then it is above Parasite, which is at an 87.59.
Wow, it's above Parasite. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so Parasite is, like I think we've said this before, our margins are so freaking tight. The difference between Top Gun Maverick and Parasite is barely 1%.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, with Top Gun Maverick being at an 88.62. Actually, it's not even it's actually not even 1%. Yeah, so the difference between Top Gun Maverick and Parasite is 0.3? No. 88, 87. I can't math right now.
It's okay, I can never math.
Okay, never mind. It is a little bit over 1%, but barely. It's like 1.2.
Okay.
So it's like the margins are so freaking tight.
Yeah, damn, no kidding.
So, I mean, I think the reason that I like keeping the percentage is because if someone asks us like, "Hey, is this movie better than this one?" we can say definitively like, yes, It is, or no, it isn't. But all in all, we can still group it into like smaller, like, oh, it's a B+ movie.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, you may not agree with our like percentages or our ranking, but I mean, it's real freaking difficult to argue with the final grade. I want to see how much the original beat. Wait, I thought you said Top Gun was a B-.
I thought it was.
Oh, there it is. I'm freaking dumb. So the original Top Gun got a... I'm just gonna freaking hell. Just being dumb.
You good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to... Okay. So the difference between the original Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick is 8.3%.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I dig it. All know we all know our personal feelings on it. I feel Maverick is miles better, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, but still, that's not a super bad margin for an old 80s movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
So yeah.
Well, if you liked what you hear and want to like what you heard, not like what you hear. If you like what you heard and want to listen to or hear more of our amazing voices, because we know you can never get tired of us, be sure to follow and subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Literally anywhere you listen to podcasts, we are there. And if you can't find us where you listen to podcasts, you need to change your listening platform, my friend, because it's just not working out. You can also catch all of our episodes on YouTube if you prefer to listen that way. You can follow us on our social media, where you can DM us with any episode ideas, answer our questions of the week when we actually do post them. It's been a hot minute, but you know what? That's okay. Or if you would like to join us, that is a great way to get in touch with us, as well as our email, which I will read off very shortly. And those are Facebook, and that is facebook.com/The Allbros, Twitter and Instagram @The Allbros, as well as TikTok. We are also at The Allbros there. That I feel we are actually getting very good at posting there. So definitely be sure to check out our TikTok, because we are having quite a blast making TikToks on that platform.
Hell yeah. Like, we've been doing pretty decent on TikTok, and I feel like our numbers just all around have been going up.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. And like I said, if you prefer to, again, contact us with email, you can do so, and that email is theallbroschannel@gmail.com. And then if you want to check out our website, where you can get to know us a little bit better, even though a lot's changed since we updated that website. I'm just kidding. Not a lot has changed. But anyway, that is tinyurl.com/The Allbros. And there you can also get your own merch. And that is the best way to get merch, because that is where you can actually get a design where you actually want that a studio hasn't taken down yet. Because, apparently studios are copyrighting stuff that Caleb made up on the spot. He didn't take anything from you people.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And I actively avoid that shit now.
Fair enough. But if you would still prefer to actually go to the actual TeePublic website, you can find us at tpublic.com/user/The Allbros channel. Next week, we will be breaking down Lightyear. Disney and Pixar's Lightyear. Light years in the making.
That one was a slow burn of a joke.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. Definitely excited for this movie. Considering that this is the movie that Andy went and saw, and this is what made him want to get a Buzz Lightyear action figure. So, yeah. Have you seen the promotional things that they have going around, where they have one where it's Andy as a kid meeting the actual Buzz Lightyear and him holding Buzz?
No.
Yeah, they have that, and then they have him freaking in a movie theater, front row with all of his other toys, about to watch Lightyear. It's so cute.
Where's that? What's that on? Is that Instagram?
Yeah, it's on Pixar's Instagram.
Okay, I need to go look that up after we're done.
Dude, it's so cool. Yeah, it's really sweet. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that next week. But until then, this has been the Allbros podcast. I am Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
And we will see you guys next week. So long.
Deuces.